Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Whoops, there. I've got this thing waving around. I'm going to show you now. I've had to answer the phone and do a couple of things because now I'm back, and I'm going to show you how to do a grub rose. I'm going to use two different colours, and I'm going to use these what's the name ones, like a crochet thread, but they're really nice, aren't they? They're just a thing to do this sort of thing with, so I can show you you know, how to do it really good. I think most of the things in the roses, most roses have got a darker colour in the centre than what they do on the outside. But anyway, we're just going to do it this way just to show you how it's done, because now I've got a few things that's got to take up the rest of my day. So I've been in here fiddling around, and I've got to. But anyway, now let's because it's a bit late in the afternoon. Now you want to come up through the back. Some people do a little drawing, and I don't want to do that because I might not necessarily follow it to what have we got. So we've got about 20. We're doing them with the same thread, the same needle that we used, the straw needle, and we're going to just come up through the back here. I'll hang on to that. Now what you could do is later cut that off if you wanted to. I don't know if I saved that away from it before. I don't think I did, but that's what you could do. I'll put the knot in to save me going through there accidentally, you know, like pulling it right through, but I'm going to save the knot over here, and that means that later I can cut that if I want to, if I manage to do it properly. So anyway, for the centre of this, you just want to make a very small grub thingy, like a tiny grub. You go through there. Now I'll show you this again in case you didn't see the video I did previously, and you're going to want to go, I'm pulling that knot away from there because I do not want to stick the thread down in there and get it caught through and pull it out. The needle, I should say. So you want to wrap a couple on that one, like that. This is my grub rose. I don't know if anybody else does it the same, and you want to go down the back. And now this time we're going to come up alongside of that little bit, righto, and we're going to go down over here, across from it a bit, right, over the top of it, you might say. Well, we are going over the top of it on an angle. Okay, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've been doing this a while. It's probably not exactly how other people would do it, but to do it that way, we're going to have it going around it. Look, see, it's going, when I say it's going around it, it will, and then you want to go down in the base of it here, right. Now you need to come up again. I know it's only small, but you've got to start out in the centre. You want to come up halfway along that one, right? And you're going to imagine that it's going to lay down around here like that. So you want to come across here. Okay, and you're going to wrap this around. A bit longer than what you would for the... So we're going round it, not over it. We're going to be able to go round there. See how I've got that going. So it's going to go around there, okay, and go down. Now this is what you want to do all your way around here. So you want to come up at that part. Imagine that you're going to need it to be long enough. I think that thread's, oh, no, that's right, to come down here, and we're going to go across around over here on this imaginary line, push that up through there, wrap down here a few times. Let me see, a couple more. I might be doing it a bit too tight, what I would like to have done. This is thread's very thin too, so it's going to be hard for you to see what's going on. And there, that is enough of the dark colour, right? So I'm just going to take that down there like that. What we're doing is pretty much going like this. That one, for that one, you know, like that. Okay, that's what we're doing. Clear as mud. I hope you get the hang of this. And my cat's decided to scream at the door because my husband has gone and left her in the hallway, and she does not like that. he wants to be where we are. Okay, now hopefully he's let it through, I think. Now let me see, I've got to put this through here, and I don't want the cat, I'm doing a video, thank you very much. He came up here with a big grin on his face and a cat in his hand. I don't want the cat, she's busy. Oh, she drives you mad sometimes, poor little thing. She's just like a child. Truly she is. It's like, I guess we don't have our children living at home anymore, so we treat the cat like, you know, like it's, well, it is precious, but anyway, now we're going to start back halfway through along where that one is, and we're going to imagine that that's going to go around like this, see, so, you know, now, so we can imagine that's going to go over there, right? So, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how anybody else makes these on here. I've not really watched anybody else do them. But well, this is how I learnt to do it. There you go. This is a bit better to see it, isn't it? Look, you can see this thread a lot better. But I did want that nice one. Now I'm coming up halfway here along where that would be. And then I'm going to go around here. Put this piece around here. Doing this with a variegated thread is really good too. You could get a nice nice effect with a variegated thread. Ribbon, you do a ribbon rose with it. Oh dear, well, we've got a knot, Sonya, don't do the knot thing. I'm not really showing you how to do this just because I showed you on the last thing. I'm thinking I don't need to, but I do, don't I? People used to put all these on little babies. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to fasten this bloke down because he's not... No, I'm not. You're going to cause a problem there, Sonya. Yeah, you've done the wrong thing. Let's unthread that and fix it. Should have went back through the back, not top of it. So when you know, don't take your needle around and push it up through there like I did, please. Just... dearie me. Oh, I've got a lot of ideas, you know, that I keep having ideas that I'd like to do things, but I got to get myself round to it, don't I? I'm going to come up through the bottom of this, and I'm going to hook him down a bit because I don't want him to go away. I don't think that's in the rules, you know, but I don't want mine to move. And you can't see what I did, look, can you? See, I'm just holding it down a bit because maybe that stitch might have been a tiny bit too big. Alright, I might have been too carried away. So I might just come up halfway, back through there. Now you want to wrap it. Hold on to it. Really good. Imagine that you want it to come back across around here. You've got to use your imagination, don't you, a fair bit with this. And I've got a clock here on the phone. I now know what time it is, but I don't know what time it started. It doesn't matter, does it, really? Okay, that goes down in there. Haven't had lunch yet. I have to go and do something about lunch. I think it's 2 o'clock, and it's after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but that's okay. Oh dear. So up through there and down through this part. Doesn't matter if I come back to where that one was, because this probably will be a big enough rose. Oh no, we'll go around again, eh? And what you do is you just put a that one there I didn't do as tight as I would have liked to have done when I first started off with that, or I put too many in it, you know. I'll go back at there because I want to bring one from there to there. Petal. Each one of these is a petal, I imagine. I think I've got something else caught underneath this. Put on your Sonya. Oh, it's got it now. Get hold of that. I did let that go, and if you do, don't panic. You know, if you let it go, just slide it back. Gee, I hope you can see this video. I'm not going to be a bit amused if it doesn't work out properly. So that is how you make a grub rose, okay? And then you'll put your stem or whatever you want to do, or you can just make a little line of them if you want to make more than one, but that's how you go about making that. Now this here thread, I can end that off there. I'll cut this one off because it's been sealed a fair bit. That's good. Shouldn't go anywhere. Okay, so there's your grub rose. Now we can take these pieces. I'll finish that lavender off and I'd cut it out, and I'm going to take that one as well and do that. Now I think I've got enough time to do another little something. Yeah, because this one only goes for 10 minutes, so I'm going to show you now another stitch. Let's see what we can do. We can do the fly stitch and make this agapantha. Is that what that is? Do you think that's an agapantha? Okay, let's do that and make agapantha. Not blue. Have I got blue? Yes, I have. Why do that? Yeah, they are blue. Bluey colour, aren't they? Quite partial of those sort of cauliflowers, me. Yep. Okay, so we're just gonna fish a bit out of this. I can use that up, so I've got that's all be used up then. That'll be good, won't it? Just have a mouthful of water here. Excuse me. I'm sorry about this. Too much talking. Right. There's a bit here that I've used earlier. And I'm only going to do this with one thread. Very fine embroidery this would be. Very fine. Using one thread. But it's... Oh, let's do two. Let's do two. Probably be easy for you to see if I do two, won't it? I might like doing it, but it might be easier if I thread this on here, and we just need a nice crochet, nice needle. I don't want to crochet anything at the moment. What do I do with that other needle I had here? Deary me. Here we go. This is a big father one, but it'll work. Now, this stitch is going to be, well, I did actually do a series where you had to do that whole scene with the one stitch, which was really good fun. But I'm going to do a tiny spot here, I think a spot, where I'm going to connect it all to, I'd say. Okay. So, it needs to be fairly big, doesn't it, this stitch? And this is called a fly stitch, not fairly long because it's of what it is. And I think I've even started out wrong. So no, I haven't. I mean, we've got to go this way. Right? You need to put the little end piece on, right? And come up. Keep your knot away. I've got it under here somewhere. Right, you've got to put the end piece on here. Maybe I didn't go out far enough. And then bring it back to the centre. And I should have made it longer, so I'm going to ignore that dot, okay, because I want it to be longer. See, and then I'm going to come out this way. Try to keep it the same distance, and you just go over here and back down there. You want to keep it at the same distance all the time as you're going along. And then that goes back into there, okay? And then come out here. Now, if you want to, you can draw a circle out around here so you can keep the right or the same distance, but you don't really have to. Like, of course, it's, you know, it will be longer in some parts than others, but I want to try and make it look like a circle. So I need to come. We need to come back here towards this, go in the side, pick up a bit down there and bring it out and do it long. And if I'd have did it with one thread, it would have looked better because this is a little bit too heavy for what I'm doing. Now I've got 4, so now I'm going to go in between those and do another one. In between those 4 and put another one. Like so. Go back to the centre, go out to the side here, centre. The side, I mean, into the centre, out to the side. The a single thread. Oh goodness me! I'm probably not even in the shot. I'm sorry. Oh dear. I've been getting a lot of thumbs down lately. Okay, people just don't have a sense of humour, I suppose. In there, I hope I'm not mucking this up. So come to the side, and then we go in between all those, right? So we went in between them. Now we're going to go in between all those last ones that we did. When I mean that, I mean in here, 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 and this one here. See, look. I'm going to fill it all up, and then it'll have a... The one I did is a lot fuller because I've done it with the one I did it years ago. Is on that picture. You got to make sure you can get another one in there. You mightn't be able to, because it's only a thin thread. It might work, you know, a bit better. I don't know what's. I can put more in or not. Don't make this one come out as far. Like, you know, just bring your little V thing up there and bring it down into the centre. Come up on there. Okay, and you just keep filling that in, and then that gives it a nice little look of what the Aggie Panther should look like. If it needs a colour on the end of it or not, maybe not. I don't know. Embroidery has changed a lot. People have got it, you know, they do it so, well, it's all pretty colours too, you know, it's, and more freehand instead of doing it on a doily, you know, like people used to years ago. They don't do them on the doilies as much anymore. I don't think there's a lot of... That's got to have one more. It's just got to fit another one in here, and I don't know how. Maybe it won't matter if I overlap this bit. So if I come up there and I can overlap him down into here. Look at that. That'll work. Bring that down. Okay, it'll make it puffy. Sort of. In a sort of way, okay? Now, I know I've got lots of things that I want to still show you, lots and lots and lots, all the time, and I don't know, sometimes you just, you want to do things and there's problems, or there's life, you know, and I'm sure you'll forgive me if I'm a bit lax with some getting back here on time, because I feel really bad about that. Now, we go up above here, because I don't imagine it's going to hurt, and we go into that side one, and we're going to put that back in there. You just want to get it to what you want it to look like, you see, as long as you've got them little spiky bits on the end. And out here, that doesn't look too bad. I'm not really disappointed with that at all. I'm not. I'm going to put that back in there, and I can catch that into the back, and then I can cut the knot off too. Whoops, missed it. Get under there, you. A lot of people just make another little stitch with that, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so we got snip that off. Okay, so there we got the Aggie Panther, and he's going to have a stem. And I might have 2 seconds to run up a stem for you, because I wanted to do that. We will still do it in stem stitch, I think. We're going to pull a piece of thread out. I'm going to thread 2 bits here together, and I'm going to put a knot on the other end, because I don't want to... Come on. I'm putting the knot in the wrong place. Don't be panic. You know, I just thought of something too when I was doing that. I can show you that another time, but... Okay, so we just want to put a stem stitch up to there. Like so, and we're just going to go the same way as what we did before, and make sure that they're all going the same direction, like you've got your thread this way. Okay, now if you just do it freehand, it should turn out alright. Don't worry about making it straight. It doesn't need to be straight. If it's crooked, it's better. Okay, might need a leaf or something on it, but otherwise be fine. Now you can do that design, you know, all over something if you wanted to. you spread it out on a piece of fabric and put it on a box or something, or put it on your shirt, or whatever you want to do with it. It's not something that you just need to make a flower out of if you don't want to, but that's what I did it on a series of flowers when I made it. So I'm just going to end that off at the back, and I'll teach you next time I come on here how to do the other thing about starting off and finishing. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad, does it? And then I'd put a couple more little ones around it when I was doing that. So I'm putting them about on my piece of fabric, so I got the option of cutting them out and making them into twinchies, or anything that I can use to send to somebody or something. But so that's what we've done today. We've done 3 little stitches, that one, and that one. And what else did I do? Is that all? Well, there you go. Okay, so I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching, everybody, and bye-bye.